to do a placement?
Just something to add to my CV and get some valuable experience in the market, really.
What did you gain out of your year in the industry?
Got some good people skills, working as part of a team as well. Um, you build on your confidence, which you learn at university. Just, they're the main things, really.
Would you recommend a placement year to current students thinking of doing one?
Definitely, because it gives you a head start. It's good to put on your CV, and you get some really good experience.
Why do you think a placement year is a good idea?
Because it gives you a huge insight into practice and the world of work and the discipline of getting up every morning and having to be at a certain place, and the practical experience you get as well is invaluable. And we see students grow in personality and confidence, and we know that employers don't just want graduates now, they want graduates with experience, so the placement year is really invaluable.
Okay. What skills can students get out of a placement year that can benefit them in a career in PR?
Just being a lot better organised, having to be more independent from a basic level, and then up to being able to network, being able to write better, being able to write for a wider variety of skills, like, you know, people will be doing website copy, they'll be doing press release copy, they might be running photo shoots, attending events, and all those skills are stuff that we talk about in the classroom, and we try and develop skills, but until you're actually doing it on a day-to-day level, you know, that's when you're really going to start to develop them well.
What is your opinion of students that choose to opt out of taking a placement?
I find it disappointing that they haven't realised the benefits of the placement year, and I think it's not because we don't emphasise them regularly enough, but I think that some students don't see the issues and the challenges that they're going to face when they graduate and how.
Do students that take a placement year tend to do better in their final year?
Yes, on average the statistics show us that they get better grades, better degree classifications than those that haven't been on placement year.
How do you feel about a poorly paid?
It's a good idea for the student because one of the big things I think is that when students actually graduate and go and start looking for jobs and applying and things like that, if they've not done a placement and have not used the placements office, they're very weak on filling in application forms and doing a good CV. And also I think that employers today very want students that have got work experience, but valuable work experience, not 2 weeks here, a month there. You know, 12 months in a business is worth far more oomph.
What skills can students get out of a placement year that can benefit them in a career in PR?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that I don't think you do a lot of is writing press releases. And I think, particularly for PR students, I think when they go and do a PR role in a business, I think a lot of them they are asked to be able to write press releases, and I don't think that's something that you are. I think you're taught it, aren't you? But you don't do a lot of it.
Yeah.
And also, I think dealing with clients. You know, I think sometimes you have the responsibility to look after your own clients, and from start to finish on a campaign. And I think it's learning what you've learnt at uni, but putting it into. You learn the theory, but you don't really know how to do it until you actually go into a business.
What is your opinion of students that choose to opt out of taking a placement?
I think they're stupid. I think they're very immature, actually, I think, when they do that. I think they think that they want to get their degree over and done with, and they think it's easy to get a job at the end of it. And it's not. And I think if they did the research on how difficult it was to actually get a good job without a placement year, they'd probably opt to do one.
Do students that take a placement tend to be better in their final year?
Yes. Well, they have it's actually a fact from the destination surveys that we do that students get a better degree classification.
How do you feel about poorly paid placements or placements where students may be taken advantage of or not given enough responsibility?
Well, the answer to that is don't do it.
I wouldn't. What feedback have you received of students about their placement years?
What feedback?
Yeah, positive.
The feedback actually has been very good from most students who've said, you know, I'm so glad I did do a placement. I've learned so much. I'm not staying in bed every morning till midday. You know, I'm up and I'm focused and I'm at uni and I'm working, putting more into my studies than I did in any of my other years.
Go.
How important do you think it is for PR students to carry out placement year?
Well, I think it's really important for PR students to do placements, and the most important of all those placements is the placement year, because it's a year, it's paid, it's formal, it's real valuable work experience, often with major corporations. So yes, in short, really important.
And how do you think a placement year can boost your CV and employability?
I'm not sure a degree in itself is enough. I don't care whether it's a 2-1 degree or a first. I have to admit, though I teach on the course, just having the degree, the bit of paper, isn't enough. Best candidate for a motorsport company might be a different than a best candidate for a fashion PR company, but you have to be the best candidate to get placements.
Thank you.